Sports Management. Again, we're here at the Capital Region Media Day here on the campus of Hillcrest Baptist Church, 5950 Terry Road in Byron, Mississippi. Just talking high school football. High school football kickoff for public schools starts to next week. We play some jamborees. And now here with me is talking to me newly head coach of the Forest Hill Patriots, Coach Charles Moore. How you doing today, Coach?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Man, Coach, I'm excited to see the new position that you have. Had an opportunity to work along with you while when I was an instructor for us here, working with the girls basketball team and track team, all that type of stuff. Now you're on the gridiron. Now I've heard that that's where your passion is, Coach.
I think it's all my passion, to be honest with you. I think kids are my passion, to be honest.
And with this new role, now you're adding some more stuff to your plate. How do you feel that that's going to help you individually as an instructor as well as a coach to mold these young men? Because I know some of those are going to be your students as well as some of your players, and so you putting your hands on them more now. How is it going to make you feel this upcoming season as well that you have a better reach with your players now?
I think one of the big pictures, when you look at the big overall pictures, is praying that you have the ability to touch as many kids' lives as possible in a positive way. I think when you add the situation with the crime rate in Jackson, especially in South Jackson, we're losing quite a bit of young men to the streets or whatever the case may be. Maybe I can create a structured environment where they can come and learn football and put their minds on something different than crime and causing harm to themselves and others.
Now, with that, I know everybody wants to play some type of sports. They want to make the millions of dollars to take the limelight for all the flashing lights, the nice cars, the jewelry, all the materialistic possession. But some of them don't want to put in the work to get that. And if you're trying to introduce work to someone that they want the results, but they don't want the preparation for it. How can you get a student athlete again that want the results, but they don't want the preparation for it?
Uh, the first thing I think you got to realize they're comfortable. So create an environment that's uncomfortable for them first, and create challenges that make them rise up to it. One thing that we do at Forest Hill now is we practice in the mornings, which means you got to get out of the bed. The first thing to being successful in life, you have to get out of the bed. So that's the first thing we do. The second thing, we have a motto at Forest Hill now, and it's finish the drill. No matter what we do, whether it be in the classroom, whether it be on the field, whether it be having disagreements, you have to finish the drill. You can't walk away from a disagreement without having understanding. So one of the things I try to find young men who might have situations in school, might have a small discipline issues or whatever, and try to give them something to focus on. And once they learn and understand how to execute, then of course I push them to finish the drill. So now you got something other than the bad things that's going on. Now you got something good. So finish the drill, stick with it, harness your skill, work hard, get better at it. So that's pretty much how we working right now.
Now, with you practice in the morning, do you think does that have an effect on the student athletes, education wise? Because man, especially I know how you operate sometimes, Coach. You're gonna run them, you're gonna work them. Do you think that may have an effect on them while they're in school, not finishing their work or finishing? I don't feel like going to class. I'm gonna go sit in somewhere hide and catch me a nap somewhere.
So let's flip it. We practice in the evening. If you put all the practice in the evening, the average coach and the average kid is not getting home to 8, 9 at night after they did all the running, which is bedtime. Once the sun go down, it's bedtime. And they're tired. They go to sleep. They're not studying. They're not doing homework. They're exhausted. So how about you get that out of the way and give them an opportunity? Or not, maybe they can get a nap and not just my homework. Or if it's at the end of the day and I need to go for more tutoring or whatever the case may be, remediation of certain subjects, I can go do that and I don't miss football. Now I'm having the best of both worlds. So I think in some cases they'll be tired, but then you also teaching time management. In college they practice when in the morning. right?
Correct.
And they have to go to class. No, they have to go to breakfast, right? So all kids, they're forced to go to breakfast. And after breakfast, they have to go to work. They go
Okay.
back, shower, and they go to class. All kids come back to the field house, they shower, and they have class.
And I know a lot of high schools are academically are preparing them for college. With the newly class structures, with A day, B day, spending more time in certain class, preparing them preparation for college. So you're cultivating the athletic into it as well, preparing them for college because go ahead and practice in the morning. Now it's a struggle sometimes getting up out of bed. As a coach, also I know sometimes I didn't want to get out of my bed going to practice in the morning. Coach called and said we got morning practice. Oh, man, I don't feel like doing it. But if you want, like I said, you
If
want
you
the
really want it,
success, you're gonna
you get
prepare
up
for the
there.
success.
Yes, sir.
So instead of just, as I say, preparing them academically, you're also preparing them athletically as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, poverty, the South Jackson area. Not trying to say no that everyone is going through poverty issue in Jackson or South Jackson. I know that is there some type of restriction of where that some kids can't make practice that morning? Because I know a lot of kids they ride the bus. Now, how it has that been an issue with getting your student athletes to practice?
Well, that comes down to building a family culture. Uh, you might not have a car, but three other guys on the team might have a car, and they might live in the same neighborhood as you. Also, when you talk poverty, you're talking about you also have to add in the water situation in Jackson. Well, if I can't use water, if water's cut off at my house, if I'm at practice, then I can shower at school. I still get my shower in. So it really helps in a lot of different ways, getting out of bed and being there. And also, we struggled a little bit last year with attendance, kids actually being on roll or being accounted for. Now, if I have my players at school already, I take roll, they're accounted for. They're at school. I know who's not at school because they're not at practice before school starts. So I know who I need to call or I need to check on or whatever the case may be to get them in school. So,
And with that, how has the administration have they been supportive?
oh
Was
man,
there any
awesome,
negative
awesome,
feedback from it?
awesome, awesome, awesome. I was afraid to even ask. My principal is a tough guy. You know, he loves those children. He loves Forest Hill, and he wants to move the school forward. So he's a tough guy. So when you shoot him a new idea that's not common, you have to give him a minute to let it settle. But
Uh-huh.
once it's settled, he's been, man, he's given me all the support I need to make it happen.
Is he up there that early in the morning too with you running gashes
Depends,
on?
depends. But he either there late at night or up there early in the morning. I don't think anyone put in more hours than him.
And how has the teachers been supportive of the process what you take? Because again, I know some teachers if they know you after they're gonna go tell your coach that
Oh yeah.
hey he or she been falling asleep in my class. No, hey, yeah, get on the coach for.
Honestly, I've had two incidents where someone fell asleep, and we had that discussion about time management. You know, you're getting home. I'm allowing you to get home early enough to finish your work, and sometimes you just have to let it go and get into bed. I have a daughter right now who's a freshman at Jackson State, and she decided she didn't want to go to my alma mater, Mississippi Valley State.
Oh, we're not gonna hate
It's
on that.
good.
She went to a good
She
school.
went to the boom,
She went to a good
but
school.
but the trade off is she wasn't used to being up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to practice. So she called me and whining and complaining. I said, you know what? This is what you chose. And I respect what the Boone is doing because now when classes start next week, she's already used to getting up. So she has no excuse to miss an 8 o'clock class. So I mean, and I'm trying to use some of those same concepts to our kids. You have no excuse not to be there when school open in class, ready to do your work.
But how have has been receptive amongst the players because it's something new to them.
You know, I was afraid that they wouldn't accept it, but I have I pretty decent senior leadership, and now they're stepping up, and we're averaging about 45 to one day after we had 51, and we only have 58 on the roster. So, which is a good number, of course. Every day you'll have one or two kids that sleep late or forget to come to practice or whatever the case may be, and we just take care of those kids in the evening.
All right, with that, Cole, before I let you go, let me ask, how difficult has it been doing the things that you do in Jackson itself with the infrastructure, with the water crisis, with some students not even returning to school, they're going to homeschooling, or some moving out of the district going to other schools, or some even transition to private school. How difficult has that been for dealing with certain dynamics of at a public school, especially in Jackson,
You
with
know,
all the issues around now?
I've been in Jackson Public Schools about 20 years, and let me tell you something. I can't complain. Some people can complain and say, "Oh, it's hard, it's difficult." I can't. Matter of fact, I just had uh, most of my girls come back to Forest Hill from a private school. So, and I've had kids come to Forest Hill. I've had kids. We've had a few football players say, "Hey, you coaching at Forest Hill? I'm coming to Forest Hill." Uh, I think me and my offensive coordinator can agree. When we started back in the summer, I think we might have had 20 kids, and most of those are just skilled kids. Now we up to 58 kids, and they decent kids. So I can't really complain about the issue. I know it is an issue. I know eventually we have to create an environment to make our kids want to stay or come back to Forest Hill. But Forest Hill is just one of those best places in Jackson that kids actually want to come to. And I thank God for that.
And as the nickname of Forest Hill, the University of South
South
Jackson.
Jackson. We run it like a university.
Well, Coach, is there anything else that you like to say? Now, as a Forest Hill graduate, a lot of Forest Hill graduates are looking at this stream now. What is a message that you want to share to them for this upcoming season? Because football season is very important. You got with homecoming. Then we're going to transition to basketball. That's very important. So, what is something that you can share with the alumni to come out and support Forest Hill academically, as well as athletically, as well as in the community?
When I got to Forest Hill, I sat down and did my research on Forest Hill. Traditionally, Forest Hill is an awesome school. Academically, athletically, it's an awesome school. We have to have our fan base come back to us. Come back to us and support us. Give us ideas. Tell us some of the things that work for them. And some of it we probably can't use, it's obsolete. But some of it we could use. Just to support. Our kids need support. That's it. They need to see the pom poms waving and the old guys who played in the past. They need to see them say, "Hey, guy, you see one of the kids. Hey, guy, I saw what you did on the field, but have you ever thought about this technique or that technique? When I did it, I used it. I made all steak with it, or whatever the case may be." We just need the support, uh, and that's pretty much my message. Just come back. We waiting on you. Come back, support. I hope homecoming is filled with Forest Hill graduates, Rebels, Patriots. It doesn't matter. I want both of them. But I hope all our games, and I think we got a heavy home schedule this year. So I'm hoping all our fans come back and support us and donate to our school because certain things we don't have, and we don't. Forest Hill has enough graduates and enough alumni that we shouldn't have to go outside of our circle to ask for what we need.
Well, Coach, I'm not gonna put anybody on spot or anything. That's again, or something that you definitely need. You can reach out to me, and I'll definitely reach out to the contacts that I know. Or if you see somebody at the game, we can definitely make it happen because I know how important it is to have some of the resources that you need to help to have build a not just only successful athletic program, but a successful academic program as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate the time, Coach, and hey, I like I stated earlier, I'm working with Hillcrest right now doing that streaming, but Patriots, Rebels, they always still in my heart. I'm always part of 2607 Raymond Road.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
I really
sir.
appreciate